Hello and welcome to a very special show because today is the launch day of the PS5 Pro, and leading up to the launch there has been a lot of talk, a lot of speculation about how that will impact PSVR 2. So we're going to talk about that right now. Of course, we are here in Kayak Mirage VR, which is one of the only two native VR games that I've seen with Pro enhancements. There are other games that are flat screen games with a VR mode, games like Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and of course No Man's Sky that are also getting Pro enhancements, but there has been no mention of whether those enhancements will carry over to the VR mode, but we will be checking those out shortly. A little bit later on I will be checking out Cube VR. But right now we are in a beautiful Costa Rica, and I've got to say, I can't sugarcoat I can't build up to it. I've just got to say that this looks absolutely amazing. There's no reprojection. The water the differences in the colour in the water. There's a load of fish down there that don't appear to be moving, unfortunately. That one is. Well, those guys, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, this game looked good anyway, but there were certain things that just spoiled it. Things like the aliasing, the jaggies on the trees and the rocks, and the motion reprojection. That really did ruin things for me when you were just paddling by and you were like trying to take in the details. And for me, they were always just scuffed because of that motion reprojection. And now, it is just gone. The clarity is fantastic. All of these little trees and leaves are all much improved visually. I mean, those trees up in the top there, you can't, obviously there's not a lot of definition to them, but it doesn't look like a blurry mess up there. It just looks good. There's no reprojection to the water when you splash, just the light and reflections, the way that things look wet. Those leaves are so clear. It is unbelievable. The game runs incredibly smooth, incredibly smooth. And we're very quickly going to go and say hello to my little turtle friend before we move on to a new location. Fish, that's a dorado that is, or mahi-mahi, or dolphin fish. Oh my god, look at the detail in this sand. Again, this game looked fantastic before, but this is nuts. Look at this guy, light gleaming off him. Come on mate, we ain't got all day. The clarity in these trees is nuts. Those birds, there's no jaggy edges to those birds. Yeah, swim bro. I'm gonna see if I can dip under, see what it looks like under there. Ugh. That's pretty cool. Right, let's go and check another location out really quick. Here we are in Antarctica. I feel like this level was the one that suffered the most from the reprojection, with all these bits of floating ice when you were like just paddling by. Again, the motion blur on everything really did make it look quite bad. That was cool. I mean, the water that splashed out there, then that did actually look like it had a little bit of reprojection to it, to be honest, but you know, I could be wrong. It could have just been like 2D water laid on top of each other. But let's just have a little paddle around here and let's just see how much better this is. Oh my god, the colours in that ice, those blues, different levels of blues. You've got like greens and yellows in there. This looks incredible. That water droplets there in the water. Oh my god. Look at the range in colour there. It's just... oh. And there's absolutely no motion blur to any of it. It's just so crisp and clear. Oh my god, look at that. Look at the pinks in that from the sun. Oh my god. It's like I've just entered a whole new world in here. Just absolute magic. Do I feel a little bit poo that I've had to spend 700 quid on a new console for the next gen headset, which was made for the next gen console that was the PS5? Yeah, a little bit. But in the last couple of months, I've purchased 3 different PCs, 2 with a 4070 i7, and a 3090 with a Ryzen 9, and none of which I felt that in the headset. I'm sorry, I've completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, the PCs I was trying to run high-end VR on were just not running VR the way that I would expect. And this is so much what I expect high-end VR to be. For that £700, for me to not have to fork out like at least £3 for a overpowered monster of a PC, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it all day long, because this is honestly glorious. It's the only word I've got for it. If you're thinking about getting a PlayStation 5 Pro and you're not a fan of reprojection in games, and you maybe been a tiny little bit disappointed in the quality of some games that we've had on PSVR 2 so far, hey, cool, we're not going to grab you. You'll probably want to move into open water, and I ain't got time for that now. I'll come back for you later. This could be the way forward for that high-end VR that you've always wanted without spending that £3 on a PC. Oh man, this looks so good. It is unbelievable. I mean, why just a PS5 couldn't run like this, I don't know. This is literally, oh my god. This is literally everything I was hoping that PSVR 2 would have been from the start. It really is. But I'm going to leave it there for now. I've got some other games to test. But I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. See you later.